Good morning, everybody. This is EmBracey with RE/MAX Elite Homes, and I'm going to do a quick 10-minute discussion today with you. I want to, first of all, before I get into what I want to talk about, just talk about our theme for the year. And I don't know if you remember in December or not, but we decided that 2017 was going to be prospecting with a plan and focusing on the 7 steps that we need to do to be successful in this business, things that we need to be doing every day if we want to be successful. Okay, so let's just kind of quickly run through those to see, just kind of remember what we talked about. First of all, we talked about the importance of generating leads. I'll talk a little bit about that again today, just kind of summarize that. The next part is qualifying our leads. So we have to be able to kind of separate the cream from the milk, so to speak, know what kinds of questions to ask people, and then our goal is to get an appointment out of that. Okay, very important to have appointments with people working toward a sale and a closing. Okay, then we said after we have our appointment, we need to prepare for that appointment, and at some point down the road, I'll do a little 10-minute thing on some things that I can recommend you do to prepare for your appointments. Okay. Then, of course, seems obvious, but we have to act. We have to take action on what we're doing, okay? We can do all these things, but unless we actually do something about it and act, we're going to be lost and we're not going to reach our goals of closing, okay? Following through. Later on, again, I will spend some more time on that and give you maybe some things to think about there. And then, of course, the 7th step, which is the when we actually hit the home run and cross the home base, is the closing. Okay? All right, let's talk quickly about generating leads. Most of you are probably smarter about this than I am because you're a little more tech savvy maybe than I. But, basically, we have to figure out a way to meet people. Okay? Especially for you newer people. When you look at the top issues that are problems with the newer agents in getting started is they don't know how to generate leads, okay? So again, just the basics, there's open house, there's Facebook, you can get a listing, you can advertise it on the internet, you can put ads in the newspaper, postcards, mailings, putting your prospects, your sphere of influence into a database to be able to contact those people and keep in touch with those people. So generating leads is, again, there's a million ways to do it. The basic ones I just talked about, but be creative in generating leads. You could do a buyer seminar, you could do a seller seminar, you can go out on the street and wave a flag, whatever. But we've got to figure out a way to generate leads, okay? The thing I want to really focus on today is qualifying the leads, okay? So once we have a lead, what do we do with these people? So you're either gonna get an email, maybe from realtor.com, off your listing, or you're gonna get somebody you meet who's maybe thinking about buying. So what kinds of questions do you need to be really asking these people? So whether you meet on the phone, in person, those are the 2 best ways, of course. I really don't want you trying to qualify somebody with email, okay? You need to be talking to them. So get on the phone with these people. You need to talk to them. If you can get them into the office, that's even better. That proves they're pretty motivated. But at least if we look at just the conversation and the types of questions we might be asking people, it kind of goes back to what I said last month about the newspaper reporter. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. So you're going to lead this conversation with these people. No matter why they called you, no matter what they're asking you, you're going to, in the end, get the information that you need from these people, okay? So if somebody calls you and they want to know about a house, I just want to know about this property on Main Street, how many bedrooms, well, you can tell them that there's 3 bedrooms, but all the time you're answering their questions, you are preparing for your question to them, okay? Probably one of the best questions that I have found that works for me really early on in the conversation is, can you tell me a little bit about your situation? Okay, it's an open-ended question, and it really works well for me because it gets people thinking. I'm not really threatening them. I'm just trying to genuinely find out a little bit about their situation. You know, so they'll tell you, well, we've been looking, or we've been looking a long time, or you'd be surprised just with that question what kinds of things will come out of those people. Okay. Some of the things I'm going to try to find out, again, regardless, they might have another question, and then I will answer that. But again, I'm preparing for my next question because I really need to find out in a pretty short period of time if this is a viable lead. Okay. I kind of compare it to what I call a hoop test. Okay. If they ask a question, I'll jump through a hoop and answer that. Now it's their turn to jump through a hoop for me. So now we're trading information. If I ask a question, maybe it has nothing to do with what they're inquiring about, but it is a question I need to know in order to keep moving with these people to find out if they're for real or not. So if I ask a question, they answer it, okay, we're trading information, we're both willing to do that, and now we're moving up the ladder toward getting that appointment, okay? If at any point during this hoop test that they want to stop, or they obviously don't, maybe they've talked to 20 realtors and they're just insisting on not really going too far with the conversation, then there's no time wasted. We can end the conversation. I might still get that, try to get a name and email, put it on the back burner, and maybe follow up with those people in a few weeks and see where they're at, okay? So if they're truly motivated, they will do this exchange of information with you to reach the appointment, okay? Some other things I might ask them, are you working with a realtor? How long have you been working with a realtor? Have you talked to any lenders? Do you have, would you like some information on that? So you're trying to get to figuring out exactly what these people need. Are you a first-time buyer? Do you have a house to sell? The house to sell is probably one of the first few questions out of my mouth because really people can't go too far, most people, unless they sell their house first, okay? And I like to list houses. That's how you're going to be successful in this business. That's why we're having the listing contest, by the way. And so I'm going to try to figure that out. So as we're exchanging information along the way, and I'm asking my questions and trying to control the conversation, you have to stay in control of the conversation. You can't let them be asking a bunch of questions that really don't have anything to do with what you need to get out of this, and then end the conversation because you've wasted all this time and they've got to go or they want to go or whatever, and you don't really achieve your goal, okay? So as we move up the trust ladder and we are getting to feel confident with each other and so on, then I'm going to offer them some value. Okay, would you like me to do a CMA on your home? Here's the reasons why we'd want to do that. And give them some value. Would you like to come to the office and meet a lender? There's no charge. We can get you pre-approved. Again, you're creating some good value there. People generally these days, they don't want just information. They want content. They want something that is substantial, that's important to them, okay? So it's really, really important to offer something of value. If they're buyers and you want to maybe offer, well, hey, I can email you some listings, and you're not threatening, you're just saying, hey, give me some parameters of what price range you're looking at. I can put you into Paragon and you can get these listings immediately before anybody else sees them, and you have a better opportunity of getting into that property. So that's a valuable thing. That's something substantial. And it's a great way to get their contact information. So once you offer that service, and by the way, I'll need your email address, and boom, you've written that down and you've achieved that. You're closer to getting them to be a viable contact. Okay, then we're to the point now, we've really got good control, we kind of know these people are motivated, and then we can set the appointment. We can set an appointment to, again, meet in the office, meet with a lender, do a CMA, whatever we need to do to reach the goal of setting the appointment. Okay? So, establish value, make the conversation short and sweet, so to speak, get to the point, get those questions out before it drags on too far and you kind of lose focus. Stay in control, and keep in mind that people do want you to help them. You know, they might have called 30 realtors, okay? Fine and dandy, but be the professional one, be the best one. You're going to shock people by asking these questions and finding out really what's motivating them, what they need, where a lot of realtors may have not done that. They might have called 20 other realtors and gotten the same spiel. Maybe they felt pressured. Maybe they didn't really offer them anything of value. Okay, so you have to sort of set yourself apart and be the one that isn't like the other 20 realtors they've contacted. Just the other day, I had some people call me who were calling on one of my listings. By the way, the best way to get leads is, of course, with getting a lot of listings. And, you know, again, one of my first questions was, are you working with a realtor? How long have you been looking? I want to kind of get some background. And it come to find out they had been talking to a lot of realtors. So, again, at first they were not real motivated to give me their email. They seemed a little skeptical. Okay, this is just another realtor. So I finally tried to get them feeling comfortable enough to say, hey, look, you know, I would be happy to email you some listings in this price range you're looking at. This house that you called me on is sold, did sell the other day, and we did talk about the reason she probably didn't get a chance to see this property was her and her husband had been contacting all these other realtors and missing out on properties where she could have had that property emailed to her immediately when it came on the market, and I could have got with them and maybe shown it to them before they lost the opportunity to buy it. Okay, so create value, qualify people, find out if they're for real or not, and then you'll be in good shape. People do, again, they want you to make the right choices. You can recommend good attorneys, you can recommend good repairmen, good inspectors, all kinds of things that create value. Okay, so again, keep up the good job with the listings. We're having fun with that. We're having, being successful with that. And let me know if you have any questions at any time. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.